one of my favorite lines of the book, which I think comes up at least twice, is the condescending conversation you had with a cola executive who essentially made a condescending remark to you about the fact that like it would never work, like, really spoke down to you, and it seemed like that actually energized you as opposed to dissuading you in any way. And I just sort of love that because that's the doubter side. Like obviously you always have your own doubts, but when somebody externally sort of almost throws the gauntlet down and challenges you, it seems like you took that as like, okay, now I'm going to prove them wrong.
Yeah, it is. I mean, there was definitely that moment. I mean, there's a lot there based on even what you were saying. I mean, when you have your own doubts, and everybody does have doubts, that's a very powerful thing, right? And you have to figure out how you can move forward, right? That's the key component to it. And I was definitely there, but I assumed that, I mean, I remember getting ready to have that meeting with a Coca-Cola executive, very senior level executive, and being really prepared, being really excited, and kind of hanging on every single word that he was going to say. And then it did energize me primarily because that was the point when I realized something that my dad used to say to me. It was like, when somebody would say something to me that I, wasn't happy about growing up, he's like, consider the source. And I kept hearing that in my head. And I think it's so true, because you think that because somebody's got years and years of experience, or they're working for a multi-billion-dollar company, that they matter, right? That whatever they say, I'm sure he probably thought, okay, I talked to this nice woman and now we hung up the phone and she's probably gonna, kill the company now, right? And close it down, which I didn't, obviously. But I think that, words are such powerful things, and especially when you're vulnerable, and how many times do those words stop people? I mean, in your industry, if somebody's been, sitting in advertising for years and years, right? But they don't really understand maybe the digital side of the world. Your first glance is, well, they matter because they've been there for a long time. Maybe they're a dinosaur, but they've been there for a long time. But they're just saying what they think. It doesn't mean anything more than what they think.